Thanks so much for coming over.
Thanks
Welcome.
for having me. Thank you.
We have just moved in here. We've given you a bit of a tour.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about the moving boxes and things are a bit all over the place, but what do you think?
It's beautiful. I love it. I love this bedroom. It makes
Thanks.
me happy.
Marty's bedroom is
Yeah.
got the biggest one in the house.
Oh, how much more do you pay?
Like 20 or 30 extra dollars?
Yeah, that's I don't think that's enough.
No. Well, we worked it out that I would go on the extremity, so I would be the top price,
Right,
biggest
right,
room.
right.
Nat has the cheapest price.
Right. And how? Wait, is there only 2 rooms in here?
No, there's four,
bedrooms.
and then
There's
the
4
other ones
humans
are in
living in here?
between. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that stresses me out. Oh
Big
my
share
God.
house.
Ah.
Why does
Yep.
that stress you out?
Oh, I'm so bad
Just-
living with people.
Can't live with people.
I can't anymore. Look at your face. You fucking son of a bitch. I'm just the worst housemate.
Is it because, are you the problem or do you hate other people?
I'm the problem.
Right. Okay.
I'm the problem. I'm
Self-admission.
loud,
Yeah.
I'm messy. Like, I got a call when I was on the phone to you the other day. I was cleaning up dishes that were 5 days old. Like, I'm like, not.
You let
Wow.
the dishes stack.
Do you eat in your room?
No, I'm not a sicko.
Oh, you draw the line at eating in bed.
Yeah, well, I have 2 bedrooms and a living room.
So
So if I was gonna fucking eat in bed,
you'd eat in the guest bedroom.
in the office,
You've had bad housemates. So
Oh,
you've had bad
bad.
experiences. You have been in share houses, but
Oh,
you've just
yes.
chosen from this day forward, it will just be me.
yes, just be me. Even if I honestly would rather live with mum than live with housemates. I can't trust anyone. Even like a boyfriend, I'm not sure I'd be able to live with one.
Well, how long would a relationship before you decide to?
No, like I'm saying I might have kids with them and be like, I have a studio apartment that's separate.
You just skip to the bit where your parents are over 50 and they sleep in separate rooms.
That's how we start. Like I want to have an inner city studio apartment so I can get the fuck away from you. Like I can't.
When
Like,
she's old and has to go into a retirement village, she just has her own private enclosed.
my own trailer.
No old people allowed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why are you so hard to live with?
Babe, I don't know. I think because I don't know. I mean, I haven't lived with anyone since before The Bachelor.
Okay.
I lived in this beautiful house in Auchenflower, and it was with my really good friend from high school. Been friends with her since I was grade 8. Her older sister, who is shall I tell you the stories? I had videos I was going to show you guys.
Okay.
But I couldn't find them.
We'll put them on our Instagram later at
Oh
the
my
Housewarming podcast.
Of me in bed hearing the sisters scream at each other, like screaming.
Wow.
Oh, fights.
Like fights, as in like, you fucking slut, you fucking hope you fucking, and I'd be like,
Wow.
You're
me and
getting
my
caught
master
in
bedroom.
sibling domestics.
yes, exactly. That housemate literally has given me endless stories, endless stories. Another time that she, God, I love having my gripes about her. She is,
No, let it out.
and I love her sister still. I still
Okay.
love her sister, so I love her little sister. But God, we had 4 big balconies. Like it's like a Queenslander. So my bedroom had a balcony. Like in Queensland, things are so cheap and things are so big and open and airy. So like smoking on the balcony isn't a big deal.
Yeah.
No.
Like who
No,
cares?
yeah.
And our place was like where our friends came because it was 2 of our friends in our friendship group lived there. Of course.
Yep.
Come over, girls.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
And she was like, get a fucking ashtray. Like, and we were all like hanging out. She comes out and she's, get a fucking ashtray. We're like, okay. So I bought an ashtray. Calm down. She then, like a couple weeks later, I had my birthday there. And like I had to go have breakfast with my family at like 9 a.m. the next day. And like he came with me. And she was really pissed about having people over the night before. There were like 10 people over. There were like a few cups and stuff. You know, like just like nothing crazy. Just
Nothing crazy.
would take an hour to clean up by yourself.
Got it.
And
Yeah.
I texted the group chat and I said, hey guys, I'll be home by 11:30.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'll
Okay.
do it. I'm so
All
sorry,
right.
but I was
Yeah.
vomiting this morning and I don't think I went to bed until 7:30. So
yeah,
yeah,
let me
just-
have some brunch.
Yeah. You know, like when your mum cleans for you while yelling at you about not cleaning?
100%.
Yes,
we have ethnic
100,
parents.
yes.
It's a very
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like,
intrinsic to our DNA.
right, okay. So it's like and you're like, you can't get mad at me for not cleaning something that you've cleaned. Like, give me a chance. I told you I was going to clean it. Got home, she cleaned everything, was like angrily running around, and she'd like pinned a packet of cigarettes to the wall and had written on the whiteboard, stop fucking smoking in the house, get a fucking ashtray.
Wow.
And then she was like in her room, like, and she was the type of person that would be like, hi.
Wow.
And you're like, you've essentially written in blood on the wall.
That's
like you're a
psycho.
fucking nutter.
We solved that problem by having 4 ashtrays outside.
In every single corner of.
It's like every chair and couch has a bedside ashtray.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's great. You just used to have an ashtray. I mean, like, I don't smoke, but I don't care if my friends smoke.
Is it passive aggressive to stick a cigarette box
To the
on
wall.
to a wall?
No, just aggressive.
That's
You
just
don't-
aggressive. Isn't it?
It's so weird. Yeah.
We used to have housemates in our last house that they would have their partner over and they never cooked. Never cooked.
Never.
Usually never cooked. But then they'd have their partner over and they'd do these massive cook-ups.
Oh.
Huge. And then just not clean anything afterwards. And you're just like,
You
how
couldn't-
long
is-
can we put up with this?
And then you would bring it up and like, oh, my partner is just, she's very messy. And you're like, what?
Well,
you
you can't offload. Yeah, you can't offload your responsibilities onto your partner.
It's like having a pet. It's like, oh, the dog was really messy. It's like, yeah, but that's your responsibility.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
your thing. If they're
Exactly.
coming over. Speaking of pets, actually, maybe I am the really bad housemate. I was about to have another complaining story, but it's actually... Okay, tell me, would you find this annoying?
Okay, go.
I regularly find dogs.
Where?
Like, I would say once every couple months, I'll find a dog.
Where?
I just, my aura just is safety. I'm like
You
a safety
attract
house but for
canines.
dogs. Yeah.
She's
yeah.
avoided your question 3 times. I don't think she wants to answer it.
Don't-
She is stealing these dogs, okay? Read between the lines, Marty.
Buddy.
Like, no, honestly, freaking where? Are you getting it from the pound? Because this is... Do I have to call the
I'll be on a
RSPCA?
walk. I'll be on a walk and I'll see a dog and I'll go, darling, and they'll have no collar, so I have to save them. So I'll like
So I patiently take the collar off and I pick it up and I take it home.
take the lead away from the hold the gun to the owner and I say, I found this dog, and that's it.
So you're a human refuge
I
for
am a
dogs.
human refugee, and to the point where like our place in like Auckland Flower, which is like a suburban area,
In Brisbane,
during
yeah.
the floods. Like 3 dogs just came into our house because it was like the whole bottom of the street was flooding, and I was
Yeah.
like, I felt like Noah. I was like, "Come to me, children."
I don't think that's how Noah's Ark works.
Or house in Auckland Flower.
No.
Did you build the house?
Yeah. She built
2
the
of
house.
every breed. We're going to have pure breeds in the future. 1 male, 1 female. Come on, single file.
She's standing on top of her share house. Come to me, thy animals of the world.
The housemate's
Just
like,
dogs.
"Please close the doors," and I'm like, "Dogs." So I would find a dog. I'm telling you, at least once a quarter.
Okay.
Okay.
My
And
quarterly
you
dog.
bring them to the house. Did you bring it up with the housemates?
No, because they're living beings. What am I meant to do with them? Leave them there. They live. Do you not agree?
And then do you
I'm
feed
very
them? And
empathetic.
then you feed
Dog.
them and take care of these.
Okay, so what the routine? Okay, there was a particular incident where there were 2 dogs that I found, and
At
they
the
were
same
on-
time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Destiny. So there was a 5 ways near my house, and I was walking home from work from the bus stop in my heels and a coat, like and a little dress.
Yeah.
Like the effort that I put into these dogs, and they were
Totally.
in the middle of the 5 ways, and no one was stopping, so I ran into the 5 ways.
You're at the
Stop.
You're in the middle of
I
an
have a pencil
intersection.
skirt. Everyone, because I know her. So I was like, these are good for the collection. I've got a golden retriever and a Shih Tzu.
Yeah.
I have the 2 men I need, the women. Okay, so I get the dogs. I have no collars. So I carry them up the hill.
Yeah.
One's literally a golden fucking retriever. And I'm like, come on, possum. And then I take it up to this random person's house because I thought they came from up the hill. A random person gives me dog food and collars.
Oh.
A random person. Are you
Okay.
okay?
People do want to help when they see lost dogs. I suppose they want to help your
Yeah.
cause, especially if you're the Noah figure in
I
this
know,
story.
particularly in the suburb, I must have been known. I don't know, but they must have been like, let's go to Abbie. So I obviously take them home. Is that not normal?
I mean, no.
No, but
That's not normal to take the
like
dogs home.
no, that's not normal. But that is like the kind of energy you're putting out into the world, and I love that for you.
But you wouldn't, if you found 2 dogs who were obsessed with you and in love with you, you would go,
I would keep walking.
are you fucking serious?
Yeah, you'd give him a pet and keep
I would-
walking.
Are
I-
you fucking?
I
so
think
you-
I would
Our
probably
lease
think-
doesn't allow us to have pets, Abby.
Yeah.
Neither did ours.
Yeah, well,
In
we don't
fact-
play it fast and play it loose like you do, all right?
And
No,
and,
I'm
and
just-
our tenants that used to be in this house, they left because they wanted to get a pet.
Yes, but okay, but it's not like you keep it forever. It's you house it for the night.
And then what do you do with it?
And then you call the vets and you say, has anyone in the local area? You call all the vets and you say, I have these 2 dogs. And then they say, okay, bring them in. And I say, no, because I know they'll go to the pound if they're microchipped. So I don't trust this. So I kept them. I housed them. And I thought, I'm going to find your owners. It's my destiny.
Did you put up signs?
No. I called all the vets. I waited till the next morning.
Oh,
Okay.
And I said to my housemates, let's leave them in the backyard. Do not take them to the f***ing vet because they will go to the pound.
Got it.
And I would sooner move out of this house
Then see
and
that
buy a
happen.
home and take care of these dogs than see that happen. I went to work and they f***ing took them to the vet. They took them.
Ah,
Wow.
I cried at work.
brutal.
I was like, my children. I could have taken them to mum's house. Mum lived like half an hour away. Mum had 2 dogs already. She could have made it 4.
It's brutal.
But
Rest
then I
in peace.
called all the vets and then they found the owner that day. But
Oh,
okay,
That's
great.
great. Happy ending.
That's
yeah.
a happy ending to that story. I was
Yeah.
going to say rest in peace to those dogs.
But I still feel that was not the right thing to do. If I asked you not to do something, we had a huge backyard. They were in the backyard, running around.
Right.
I think Abby's just upset she didn't get to say final goodbye to
Yes.
the dogs.
But do you think I'm the bad person here?
No, I think you tried to do a nice thing. The dogs were lost. You brought them in, and then they, without your permission, they took the dogs away to someplace you didn't want.
It could have been the pound.
It could have been the pound.
Could've been the
Exactly.
pound. Okay. if
It's
Marty brought
my
home 2
feeling
dogs-
is this: you have a good spirit to help others that may come at the cost of your other people
Yes.
sharing the house with you.
What I'm
How
here.
is having 2 beautiful living beings in the house an
It's like
issue?
Nat brings art to the house that he thinks is art, and just
Puts it
by
on the
adding
book.
something he thinks is good for the house doesn't mean everyone else is going to like it.
But why would you not like 2 dogs? Like, doesn't my brain is like I don't quite understand.
I mean, pets are hard. You got to deal with them.
For a night.
It's like if you saw a missing child,
Yes, you'd take it.
you'd probably find the okay. You'd find the owner. All right,
And this is
you've
what-
got me on that.
The
one.
owner? The owner. You can't do that anymore, Marty.
But so you're saying if you guys see a random dog on the street, you don't pick it up and go, I need to find your home.
Never.
No.
I'm not a big dog person.
This explains it. I hope one day we live together and I continue
To just bring
my
back
journey
canines.
as Noah's Ark, my aura, honestly. Maybe I'm reincarnated as
A
the
different
whole-
we wanted to bring up a topic with you about the idea of having, partners come back to your house or basically your housemates come back to your house and they've got a new partner or they've got a one night stand that's come over. There's different energy in the house when you've got your other housemates bringing people back, and whether you've ever had an experience with that. Nat, have you had? Where do you stand?
Well, like my rule is especially if it's a one night stand, I always go to their place.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Just because I feel like, one, you learn a lot more about someone.
It's not a bad method. Like you would learn a lot more
By
about
going,
someone by seeing their bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, the joys of being a man, though, because wouldn't go to a man's house, potential murder.
That's also a thing. Yeah, that's a place where women
Yeah.
feel more comfortable in their own house.
Have you also seen
know?
some men's bedrooms that
a single pillow.
Oh, no.
Like like roly poly. You know what I mean? Have you seen?
the lint roller?
Yeah, no,
It needs a
Yeah,
lint
yeah,
roller.
yeah. The little,
fluff,
it's
right?
got the
And
fluff
it's
on
like,
it.
Obviously, like their mum got them for their 17th birthday or something when they got their first queen bed. Is there
Hey,
a story here?
Marty hasn't
No,
changed
I've
his sheets in
changed.
10 years.
You've changed.
I've changed. I just got a new doona, literally
Like
today.
today.
Okay, and when
But it's
was the
been 2
doona from?
decades since I. What's the worst thing you've seen in like a dude's bedroom?
I don't think it's the bedrooms. I think it's the bathrooms. in male
Bathrooms, I knew it. Yeah.
sharehouses.
Like, is there things that they don't have? Like, things that are they're lacking?
I think it's more like just the hair in the sink constantly. I think it's the shower curtain. There's always a shower curtain. Get a door.
Install a door.
Install a door. Is that unreasonable? My first boyfriend, when I was 18, he lived in a share house. I think he spent like $120 a week. They called it like the chalet.
Oh god.
Yeah, when the boys have a name for their house.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We'd have like parties there, house parties there. We'd have the milk crates. We'd have,
Yeah.
it was the whole thing. There was a a blow up pour the back, that vibe. Their shower curtain was a cream in colour, but the bottom was
Grimy.
mold.
Ugh.
Molded, and you could tell the mold was fighting its way
Rising?
up. It was fighting its way up because it ran out
That's
of
how
growth
Brittany
area.
Murphy died.
What?
She died from mold in her shower.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think the bedrooms are just assumed to be shit. I once slept with a guy who was sleeping on milk crates that were filled with records, and he lived in an attic. That was another
That's a
thing.
vibe, isn't it?
No, but see, I feel like you would do that. For
Yeah,
someone
well,
next
look,
to
the
Marty.
old me may have. I've never had a milk crate
I
bed.
just love music.
Yeah.
I live for music. I just want to talk about, like, have you heard of fucking Led Zeppelin?
I love music so much, I actually sleep on
Oh, music.
Yeah.
So it like absorbs into my mind while I rest. While I get my slumber.
This share house you've been talking about has all been pre-Bachelor.
Mm.
So, not many people probably have this experience, but you've also been in a share house that was filmed and then sent out to the lounge rooms of Australia. You
Mm.
were on The Bachelor.
I was in The Bachelor.
What is share house living like on The Bachelor
Oh,
or
it's-
on reality TV?
In one word, f***ed.
Because you still got to
almost
deal
daily.
with like the pet peeves you would have about
In a
any
regular
housemate.
share
But now
house.
you're sort of in on camera or
Well, yeah, but a lot of things
sharing
are done
space.
for us.
yes,
Right.
Like we have
Okay.
cleaners before we film.
Okay.
And
But there's still
then-
like weird quirks or gross stuff they do.
I mean, yeah, the thing is obviously, so we live in like bunk beds. So
Ah.
it's like 10 to a room.
10 to a
Wow, really?
On
So
like
you can
camp
be-
bunk beds.
You can be like you could have like a fight with someone in the show or something, and then you're in the same room sleeping in.
Yeah, that regularly happened. Where
Wow.
like you were sleeping next or above the person. I would sleepwalk. People get mad at me for sleepwalking, and I'm like, guys, I can't help it. You're stressing me out. When I am in high levels of anxiety, I sleepwalk. No really like housemate things because we got things cleaned for us. We got our groceries gotten for us.
That's nice.
I mean, they were all bullying me and being really mean to me, but like that wasn't my fault. There was actually one big fight that I wasn't involved in regarding gluten-free food. Huge.
Okay.
Huge exclusive.
This was-
behind the scenes of The Bachelor.
VTF.
The gluten war.
So we had a gluten-free cupboard. So like everything gluten-free would go in that separate cupboard.
Got it.
Like the gluten-free cornflakes, gluten-free, whatever. Nice.
Yeah.
Suddenly, the gluten-free girls start stealing food that just happens to be gluten-free. Like apples
Got it.
Okay.
and avocados and
Right,
bananas.
okay.
And it's like, yeah, that's gluten-free,
Yeah.
but it's not a gluten-free item.
Mm.
War breaks out. Constant passive aggressiveness. Hey, where's some avocados in the gluten-free cupboard? Stealing things, slamming gluten-free cupboard doors.
Wow.
Aggression. Then all the gluten-free girls kicked off early. I'm not sure if Matt had an issue with gluten-free people. I don't know. But they were
Matt,
gone.
Matt was the one man
He
in
was
this
that man.
situation. He
Matt
was the
Aiken.
Bachelor.
Did
was the
he live
bachelor.
in the house? Was he around? Did he live in the same?
Or is he in a separate house?
In a separate.
He was in a different house by himself.
But one thing I don't get is like, if you're you're in this contest to win this man's affection, you can't really understand whether you're that interested in someone else until you see their bedroom, like we were saying before, until
Yeah,
you get
how they
their
live.
habits.
That's why I think he should be living with you guys.
That's
You should be able to see how he lives.
Like, do you think you could have made a proper choice? Like,
Well, one of my dates was actually moving in together. One of my dates was moving
Oh.
house together.
right.
Yeah, everyone else got like jet planes and like yachts, and they were like, "Abby, you're gonna be moving, carry these boxes." And I was like, "The fuck?"
Does he got like a Marilyn Manson, like, poster on the wall? And you're like, is that what you're...
I mean, he's a scientist. He likes.
Oh, right.
He's like
NASA shit.
mid-century modern. Oh, groundbreaking. You know what I mean? What do you
If
think,
I was in
Alice?
that, if I was in that episode, I would be like, would you prefer this linen that was handed down to me by my mum and dad
my great
in my
grandmother's
teenage
linen.
years?
You fold it and it's like crushing a bit of toast.
In a
What was
bizarre
it
twist, The Bachelor is getting kicked off the show.
He's crossed one bridge too far.
I'm so disgusted by that.
These
So
were
that's the other thing.
children's-
It was the doona was too small for a queen bed, so it's the one I used when I was at mum and dad's.
when
like
he was
a
living in a single bed.
single. So it was a king single.
Shut the up. Shut the up.
Yeah. Look, as I said,
How How old are you?
I've put that behind me. I've put
Marty,
that behind
Marty,
me.
shush.
Marty,
How old are you?
answer her
I'm
question.
29. That's enough time. It's, you make changes as you head into the next leg.
Wait.
You
You said these were 2 decades old.
Yeah.
Are you saying you were not even
A
double
teen.
digits? You weren't even double digits.
I think I got them when I was like 9. Anyway, let's move on. We've covered this in the podcast. I've already been roasted by our listeners.
Yeah, you have to read some
I'm
of
a
the DMs.
changed man.
I'm actually having like facial twitches. I'm not even kidding. The thought of going to a man's house.
But this, The Bachelor isn't the only place that you've had to share a living space with other people in a reality TV setting.
Oh no, Bachelor in Paradise
Bachelor in
and also Celeb.
Celebrity Get Me Out of Here. And the last one, you're living in the jungle.
Yeah, I'll admit I haven't watched a lot of reality TV.
I don't
but
think he's
did
watched
try.
any ever.
I haven't watched any. But I did do a little. I
Interesting.
tried to do a little bit of research before we recorded this podcast. So I did
That's so
search you up. I'd
cute.
search you up on YouTube. And the first thing that came up, I do want to ask is, can you tell us a bit about Pete the body pillow?
Oh my god, Pete the pillow, love you, babe.
So you got to collect an item from home that you get in the jungle while you've been away there for a while, and that's what you chose.
So obviously on the show you get a luxury item,
Okay.
right? So you're allowed
Yeah.
to bring in something from the outside. You get it like
Nice.
at the end of week 1.
Yeah.
And I chose this boyfriend pillow, not because I
Uh-huh.
wanted the fucking boy. A, funny, whatever.
Yeah.
And B, because I cut him open and I brought in the following via Pete. Coconut oil, a jar of Vegemite,
Oh my
peppermint
God.
tea, 4 cans of salmon. There was like endless amounts of shit in there.
You're having a go at me about bed hygiene.
Babe, this was do or die.
Yeah, dude.
Do
She
you
was in the
understand?
jungle.
I was in the jungle.
But I will say this: the producers who would have picked it up, brought it over to you, surely
didn't-
they would have felt.
We sent them a video of me cutting it open and sewing it before. They obviously knew.
That's smart.
Yeah, and
so
it
you
saved us.
don't actually sleep with a body pillow.
No.
Oh.
I mean, yeah.
Does it get a bit of use in the house? Still around, Pete the body pillow?
No, because I had to rip him open to get
Ah.
it.
Oh, so you couldn't sew him back. you
Pete-
couldn't-
Pete is dead.
Pete's
It's
dead.
gone. No. Ew. Imagine me
Oh.
wanting to have even like a fake man in my house.
men are enough in and of themselves,
I
let
know.
alone a stuffed one. That's one bit of research was wildly untrue.
I watched half a
I did
YouTube
some
video.
research.
That's like I'll get
Yeah.
her on this one, the body pillow, and you're like, that was a ruse, diverted.
This week on our Housewarming podcast Instagram page, we had someone hit us up, share with us a bit of a dilemma that they're having, and we think you'd be the perfect person to help them solve it.
I'm nervous.
Nick, what is your dilemma?
Okay, so basically I would say that I found the perfect housemate. I'm really
Oh.
sorry to everyone else, like I found him. He
Great.
like cooks and cleans, he makes the house really beautiful. He's like perfect, right?
Beautiful.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. And if you haven't guessed already, we are both gay homosexuals.
Oh my god, get me off the podcast. Oh, what the
My
fuck?
apologies, my apologies.
Yes.
But we and so like we've kind of like maybe we've told each other that we like find each other attractive, but like
Mhm.
nothing's ever happened because we've been in and out of long-term relationships.
Mhm.
But we're now both single, and I guess if I'm allowed to ask for advice now,
You may.
I guess like I'm wondering whether we should take that romantic risk or if I should just be happy in this kind of like perfect platonic housemate kind of paradise.
Are you falling in love with this man?
I mean, I would say there's a risk there that I could. I'm trying to like keep it cool so that I don't know, keep the house together, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Wow. Speaking of gay homosexuals, my first gay homosexual feelings and sexual experience was with my housemate. I had this situation, but it was my first because I'm bi. But my first gay homosexual interaction was with my housemate,
And
and it
Oh my
ruined
God.
everything.
Oh, no!
It's so
Yeah.
bad.
Oh no.
But to be fair, it was my first. So maybe it was, you know how you get
Yeah.
weird the first time you have a gay homosexual interaction.
I think we've used up all of our gay
Yeah, I
homosexuals that
think-
we've reserved for the rest of this record.
No, okay. I've had this before, and I feel like it would ruin everything. When I had my first sexual interaction with my housemate, it was so hot. It was in Queensland, and because I thought maybe I was being a bit of a fuckboy, but after we had sex, I was like, oh, like your room's just across the hall, so maybe you can like go across there. So I tried to keep things. Is that fucked?
No, you have to
pretty
create a
fucked.
line, right?
That's pretty fucked. So maybe you could do that and keep boundaries, but that didn't work for me. So I'm not sure why I'm giving that advice. We ended up hating each other within like 2 weeks.
Nick,
We were
it's
best friends. Best friends for years before this. We lived together. We had sex because we had feelings for each other. It was like drunken, like I like you too, and then had the sex, despise each other.
Wow.
it ruined things. It soured the relationship because you're housemates. But it sounds like what Abbie's saying is you need to divide the house.
Divide the house.
Draw a line. So if you are going to embark on a relationship, that there's an invisible marking in the share house that says this is yours and this is mine.
Make it a vertical duplex.
Yeah.
A vertical duplex. Put a wall up. Put a little like baby crate up, and be like, this is you're allowed in the pen between 10 and 4, and then we swap. I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. I know that's what you want to hear because I'm chaotic, so I still would do it again. But I don't think it's worth it.
Look, the sensible side of me is telling me that if you want to pursue a relationship, then one of you has to move out. But what I really want to say is fucking go for it. You can have it all. Like, who says you can't have it all?
Me. I think you can't start a relationship while living with someone.
I've said this before. I'll continue to say it again. If it sounds too good to be true, always go for it because you never know when you'll luck out and everything just works out.
Ew, you're so optimistic. I hate it. No, what's going to happen is you're going to sleep with this person. One of you is going to have more feelings than the other. You have to define the relationship straight away if you live together.
I'm stressed.
Yeah.
Babe, so am I.
What's your willpower like? You know, do you have the ability to resist?
I don't know. I
That sucks.
reckon my willpower for like being in a good house is stronger.
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Basically, having chores done for him is far more important.
Are you the bad housemate? Maybe it's like the Florence Nightingale effect. He's taking care of me in my hardest times when I
Yeah.
haven't been fucked to do the dishes. I've been hungover and he's done them for me. Is that what's happened here?
Look, I think that would be too dangerous for me to kind of look inward right now.
Babe, I'm really stressed for you because I know me. The more someone tells me not to have sex with someone, the more my is that butterfly thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know the butterfly thing?
Yeah.
It's the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like if someone tells me not to sleep with someone, I want to do it more and more and more and more and more. So if I was you, I would do it, but I'm telling you, don't do what I would do. This is why I live alone.
Thank you.
Is this why you're not doing advice on your own podcast anymore?
Babe, this is exactly why people ask me advice and I'm like, guys, I don't know. Like I'm in therapy once a week to get over a guy I dated like 2 years ago. Like we're still working on it.
Take the advice with a grain of salt, Nick. We've tried our best.
We have no advice. Nick, I think you should do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Whatever decision you do make, can you please let us know, fill us in on how it goes?
Of course.
Yeah, have a little kiss and then like see how
See
you
how it
feel because
feels.
it
Yeah.
might be like burst bubble over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the train hasn't left the station then. You can still jump off.
True.
Okay, we came to some sound. I think we came to some
Okay.
sound
Yeah,
advice
legit.
here.
Great.
Yeah.
Nick
Well,
is
we
so
have.
unsatisfied.
I think we should ask Nick. Nick, were we helpful in any way?
I think
Thank you very much for coming and joining us today, Abbie.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And thanks to our guest, Nick, who shared his romantic dilemma.
Poor Nick.
Yeah.
Concerned that we've had the advice we gave him.
Good luck, is all we can say.